Imagine the situation. You are an alpha male, a mountain of muscle with the reflexes of a cobra, and you are capable of breaking a small tree with your bare hands. You are the top of the food chain, and standing before you is a small, withered old man in a strange hat. He can barely hold his staff. In the wild, you would simply take his food, give him a slap, and move on. This is the law of the jungle. The strong eat the weak. But you don't do that. On the contrary, you fall to your knees before him. You give him the best part of your prey. You are ready to kill on his command and die for his words. Why? Why, throughout history, have millions of physically strong people, warriors, builders, peasants, obediently submitted to a handful of physically weak old men on thrones? Welcome to the real world. Today, we will break down how humanity accomplished the main revolution in its history. We won't talk about the wheel or fire. We will talk about how power was invented. To understand how we were hacked, we need to rewind time. Remember in the last video we said that people started living in large groups? Well, there is one giant problem here, a biological one. Our brain is, in essence, not much different from a chimpanzee's brain. British anthropologist Robin Dunbar found that primates have a limit on friendship. We can physically maintain social ties with a maximum of 150 individuals. Everything that fits into the circle of 150 people is us. We know them by face, we know who sleeps with whom, and who stole a banana from whom. But as soon as the group grows to 1,000 people, chaos begins. The brain cannot cope. You see a stranger, and your ancient instinct screams, "Outsider! Danger! Strike first!" Biologically, we are not created for life in cities. In a natural state, a crowd of strangers in one place is not a society. It is a battle royale. To avoid slaughtering each other, we needed a control system. But how do you control 1,000 people? Assign a guard with a club to everyone? Won't work. Guards need to be paid too. And they also need to sleep. We needed a policeman who works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, asks for no salary, and sees everything, even what you do at night, under the covers. And we came up with one. At some point, about 12 to 15,000 years ago, during the Neolithic Revolution, humanity uploaded new software into its head. We invented spirits and gods. It was a brilliant move. Imagine, you want to steal a sack of grain from a neighbor. The nights are dark, there are no police, CCTV cameras won't be invented for another 10,000 years. What stops you? Fear. If a shaman convinced you that every tree has eyes, that the spirit of the ancestor is watching you from the moon, and that for stealing grain, you will be cleaning the Augean stables forever after death, you won't steal. Religion became the first social glue in history. It allowed thousands of absolute strangers to cooperate. Why don't I kill this stranger? Because he also worships the great bison. That means he is a brother. We created a fictional reality to survive in the physical reality. But every invention has a side effect. As soon as the invisible boss appeared, people immediately appeared who declared, "I hear his voice, and he asked me to convey that you must carry gold into that barn over there." Priests appeared. Let's be honest, these were the first effective managers, and perhaps the smartest people of their time. They understood a simple thing. Power over minds is stronger than power of muscles. Look at the ancient temples of Sumer or Egypt. These were not just places for prayer. These were the first banks and tax offices. You are a simple peasant. Life is scary. Drought, flood, disease. You want guarantees, and the priest sells you this guarantee. It was called sacrifice. In essence, it is an insurance premium. You carry grain, oil, and livestock to the temple to buy good weather. Where did this grain go? Of course, the gods didn't eat it. The elite ate it. Priests, scribes, guards, and the king himself. Thus, the state was born. Society divided into those who plow the land and those who service the ideology. And, surprise, surprise, those who invented the fairy tales began to live much better than those who listened to these fairy tales. Many think that the Egyptian pyramids were built by slaves under the blows of whips. Modern archaeology says, not exactly. They were built by free-hired workers and peasants. But what forced 20 or 30,000 people to haul stones in the desert for decades to build a tomb for one person? You can't achieve this with a whip. You need faith. The pharaoh was not just a guy with a stick. He was a living god, the living embodiment of order. People believed that if the pharaoh was not pleased, the sun would not rise and the Nile would not flood. They were not building a tomb. They were saving the universe. This is the secret of power. True power is not when you put a knife to someone's throat. True power is when people believe that obeying you is their sacred duty. It is the victory of fiction over reality. A weak man on a throne rules millions of strong men because millions believe in the symbol he wears on his head. You might say, well, those are all ancient savages. We are smart now. We don't believe in fairy tales. Seriously? Look in your wallet. Take out a banknote. It is simply dyed paper. It has no physical value. You cannot eat it. You cannot dress in it. But you are ready to work for it for 8 hours a day, kill for it, and spend your life accumulating it. Why? Because we all believe in a shared story that this piece of paper is worth something. If tomorrow we stop believing in this story, the dollar will turn into trash. Human rights, laws, corporations, nations, all these are the same fictional realities as ancient spirits. They exist only in our imagination. We haven't stopped being religious. We just changed the angle. We replaced Zeus with the market, and priests with bankers and lawyers. The instruction manual for managing people, written 10,000 years ago, works without glitches. The system still rests on faith, and the switch is still in the hands of those who tell the best stories. Thank you for spending these minutes with us. If this story made you think, please support the channel by subscribing. We are already working on the next chapter. What topic do you think we should cover? Let us know below.